Hey, what's going on, everybody? Always before you here. Got a look at something different tonight. I got a flashlight here. This is by this company Olight, and it's called the model's the Hunter. And I'll show you some of the specs here. Okay, 500 lumens. This is the ANSI rating for distance, usage time, water resistance, impact, and I think that's like the candelabra lumens. I am not a flashlight aficionado. I don't know all the terms, but in searching for this light, man, I did come across that place, Candle Power Forums. I think if you at all start searching for a light other than just a light for everyday use, if you just start researching it at all, you're gonna come across that site, man. And let me tell you, people get pretty damn technical with flashlights, man. I really didn't think about flashlights up until now. It's like I had a bunch of them and I got some, I guess, decent ones. But, I saw it was like aluminum. It seemed pretty bright. I saw higher lumens. I said, oh yeah, that's cool. I want higher lumens. Man, I got on Candle Power Forums. Guys that digest this stuff, man. They put these things, they're like sine waves. They're measuring all kinds of output, and it's crazy. They take it really, really seriously. And that's cool. Everybody's got their own thing. And kind of got caught up in that, comparing models, and then I almost wish I hadn't found that site. It got me, going nuts for a little while. But anyway, here's the Hunter, and this package here, I got this from goinggear.com. Had a great experience with them, great communication on behalf of some of the representatives over there, and came quickly, and everything was cool. This model right here is called the M20S. The S stands for strobe, meaning it has a dedicated strobe button. M20S Warrior. And this holiday package comes with this little guy here. He's the A3 EOS titanium, and absolutely good value for your money. Sounds like a bit of a Chinese translation to me or something like that. So this is crazy, man. I never thought I'd be buying a flashlight in a presentation case, but here I am doing it. So anyway, here's the light. I had this off to the side. Let me give you a close-up of this. So this is the Olight. People that are into the details of things like the etching here and such, I'll try to show you that. Okay, so I have learned that this is a Cree. I knew about Cree. I heard about that company, the LED manufacturer. This is an XM-L LED, which, as I understand, is relatively new. I think they came out, I don't know, 6-8 months ago, maybe a little longer. Like I said, I'm not really into this, but picked up a little bit from going to the forums. M20S-X Warrior, Special Operations. Here's your cigar ring, which is for holding it so you get a little bit of a better grip in that regard. This way it's not going to slide forward. You can do one of these deals. Here's the dedicated strobe switch. You see the S on it. There we go, for strobe. So you just hit that at any time and you get that. Okay, here's the button on back. This right here, this back edge is, again, I'm learning all these new terms. This is called a crenulated, meaning it has like these ridges. And I can't get this thing to focus so well. Gotta hold it there for a second, and then there we go. So that's a crenulated bezel. But as you can see, the button sticks out a little bit past it. When you press it in, it just comes back to where it was. It's not like it gets any lower. So this is defeated a little bit by having this come out so far. This end here is, as you can see, it's kind of like a stainless steel, like a brushed stainless. This is business, man. This, oh, just so you know, this is really nicely finished. It's not sharpened that it's going to cut you in any way, and you can run your fingers over it. There's no edge that wasn't kind of rounded out. So it's definitely sharp enough to bother somebody if you were to strike somebody with it. But it's nothing that going in or out of your pocket is going to rip, your clothing or anything like that. It's really nicely done. It's also removable. so you can take it off if you don't like it. Okay. This flashlight here, oh, also you have the clip on it. Clip is really well done, I have to say that. It's got a good amount of tension, not super tight, but very tight. It's like, I guess I could just say it's just tight enough. It just works right. It keeps it very well in place, but it's not like when you're trying to get it on that it's like an impossible task. It's just the right amount of resistance there. I like it a lot. It's well done. You can remove this ring here, and I'll just kind of show you how that works. This back end here comes off, as does the front, but I'm just going to leave that on. This does screw off. This is to access the battery. And there's a lot of resistance here because right now this end is coming over an O-ring, which you'll see in just a moment. So you feel that as you're taking it off. It's kind of like resistance and rubbery. Okay, so you got some pretty good machining in there. It's pretty nicely done. Tells you which way to put the battery. The battery that you're going to be using is an 18650. If you're not familiar with these, it's not something that you find in your CVS or Walgreens or Home Depot or Lowe's or otherwise. You got to order these online. It's a these are rechargeables, and I'm showing my ignorance here. I think it's a lithium battery. I'm almost positive these are lithiums, and it's because of this, as opposed to just like a AA or something, is what gives you the run time that you can get for something putting out 500 lumens. So these are pretty cool. You know, they're not big. I don't know what I could really compare it against here. I don't have a point of reference. Well, let's see what I got. Maybe I got like a key or something. You could see my hands are not, you know, it's not big. These are just regular house keys. Small battery. It's lightweight too. Okay. So, oh, I was going to show you that this comes off if you don't like it. It could be kind of bothersome. This is actually sharper even than this end here. The edges of this. And this, you unscrew it and you kind of have to shimmy it past that O-ring. And then what you can see here is that this clip just pulls off. Because if you follow this retaining ring, you see it's open. There's one end of it, and there's the other end. So it's just on there with tension. You could pull it off, but it's on there really well. It's not just going to come off. But the second part of it is that when you put this on, let me make sure I'm putting it on the right way. Yeah, this way. When you put this on, what it's going to do is it's going to end up resting on top of where that clip goes. So you wouldn't be able to remove the clip even if you wanted to without backing this cigar ring off. So that's nice because this definitely keeps that thing in place. See right there, it's going over it, and now that clip can't go anywhere. So I like that. You know, that makes sense. That's why you don't lose that thing. But the advantage of having it all truly removable is, say something happens, you're taking it off or whatever, and you really pry the hell out of this thing and you bring it back past the point of memory such that it doesn't snap back into place. Now it's like up here or something like that. If you can't remove it, there's no way you could press this back to its original place. But when you could take it off, you could really bend it way far back and give it that original, you know, shape. But you can only do that if you can get it off here. So, you know, it's cool that it's removable and it locks in place with this. So there's that. Okay. And these are directional. You definitely want to put it in the right way. This is the plus end of these 18650s, and this is the minus end. It doesn't protrude, but it's just the end that kind of has, you know, something going on as opposed to just the flat side. And let's see here, and then we got this. Okay. Now this holiday package is just that. I guess it was available just for the holidays. And what's unique about this one is that this is a neutral white bulb as opposed to like a cool white. And you'll see, I'm going to compare it against something else I got here. It really comes off kind of like a, it's hard to say because what I'm comparing it against I feel is kind of blue. But when you look at it compared to it, it looks a little bit yellowish. I like the color. It looks natural. It doesn't look like that fake cold HID color. So when you illuminate things with this, they look normal. Whatever you're illuminating, you know, grass looks green, Tree bark looks brown. I mean, it looks as it should look, so I like that. The Hunter package also comes with one of these remote pressure switches, right? So this would replace your tail cap if you were mounting this to a firearm, and then you can run this wherever you want to, and then that's got a momentary on it, momentary switch. It comes with a glow-in-the-dark. This is just a button. It's another one of these, but it glows in the dark. And they give you some spare O-rings. They give you this lanyard. They give you this here, which just goes on front. And in my case, this is a red one. And so this allows the beam to be, you know, it's a filter. It's a red filter. What they don't give you, though, and if you are kind of at all into lights, and if you follow this series, is that normally this comes with a diffuser, which I would have much rather had, or I was assuming I was getting it in addition to this, but I didn't. So be advised with this, just says Olight there, be advised with this holiday package, you don't get a diffuser, you just get a filter. And as I've seen, it's either red or green, and in my case, red. You know, I'm not really going to use it, but here's the mount for if you were to mount this light to a weapon. Okay, you put this over there. Obviously, you'd remove the clip, put this on there, and then this end here via these little guys would mount to your, I guess, rifle. I don't think this. I guess you could put on a handgun too, but this thing goes back too much. It's probably just a rifle light. And then you get this case, which is actually a really nice case. It's very robust, very stiff material. It's quite well done. And I think this goes like, nope, wrong way. This goes like this, and then that goes through the top, like so. And they give you a hole in the bottom this way, just so you could kind of just like turn it on while it's on your belt, just to give you some ambient light without having to actually remove it. So there's that, and then you got two compartments on the side for spare batteries, and then you got a ring here to hook it up to things however you want to, as well as a Velcro strap that fully opens up for your belt or otherwise. And then you get some other stuff in here. I don't even know what this is. I guess this is this holiday. Yeah, Merry Christmas. So this is like, I guess, a real limited run. As a matter of fact, I just went on the site the other day and I didn't see it. So I guess it was really, really limited. And it's not that you can't get this light, but you just can't get the this whole package here. FYI, you do get this box. You do get this packaging when you buy the light normally. What this light includes that you don't normally get is one of the filters and the other little titanium light, which I don't have here. I forgot to bring that. This little guy. That's what's different about the holiday package. And I've never seen up until now the M20S-X offered in the neutral white. It's always, maybe it's out there, like I said, I'm not crazy looking into the flashlights, but I only noticed the neutral white available with this holiday package. And so that's why I went with this. I didn't really care about the other stuff, I just wanted that color light. Okay, so let me just show you what I'm going to compare this against. None of this is scientific. I am not a candle power forums kind of guy, but I'll just show you what I got. I do have, I guess, a couple decent lights, right? This is a LED lenser. This is a P7. This takes 4 AAA batteries, and this has the neck which moves, which focuses the beam from flood to spot. And this is really, really well done. This is a nice beam. It's very clear. It's bright. This, I believe, is rated at about 180 lumens. This is 500, so you could be the judge if you think if this is more than twice as bright as that. But bear in mind, though, that this is going to be a much cooler color. It's going to look like it has a blue tinge if my camera can pick it up. I've never done shooting of a flashlight before at night, so I have no idea if this is even going to come out. But if it doesn't, then, you know, we'll just, up at this point of the video up until now, will be useful. And I got this little Brookstone light here, which I have another video. I reviewed this guy. I love this little guy. This guy, they rate him at 100 lumens. Come on, man, focus. Wow, it took a while. They rate this guy at 100 lumens. I don't know, it seems legit. It seems legit. I have no way of verifying this stuff. I don't know how you verify this stuff, but just from other flashlights I have, it's pretty goddamn bright. And it's really well built, actually. This one just feels actually more well built than this guy. this guy feels robust, but these feel like smoother, like just things screw together better, and just it just has a feel of quality, if you know what I mean. This one does not feel cheap in any way. It just feels strong and robust as hell, but it just doesn't have that refined, you know, super finished feel. You know, not to knock it. I like it a lot. Just a little bit of a different feel for whatever that's worth, right? I'm turning into one of these people that really cares about it. You know, I used to just be I need something to click and to light my way, and now I'm talking about the feel of a flashlight. So let's see if I can show you anything on these. I'm going to take this whole tripod here, and yeah, I'll just leave it locked the way it is. We're going to take these outside here. Okay, so I got some ambient light here just to give us a little something. There's some lights on the deck. We're going to shoot back there. That shed is it's about 60 feet away. We're going to go just to the right of the shed. There's some bushes which you really can't see. Those are about another 10 feet past it. So we're looking at about 70 feet, 65, 70 feet. Alright, first I'm going to start off with this little guy. And this is just one thing. You turn it on, and there you go. And that might be a little far. I don't know how much this is going to pick up. So I'm going to move it over to the shed. I think that's going to better represent what it does. Alright, there's some trees. So this is allegedly 100 lumens, and I just charged all these batteries. I'm going to bring it a little closer so you can see kind of the spill and such. You see, I even know those terms, spill. I just learned all this shit. Okay, so pretty nice considering how small it is. And you see my hand there. And, you know, it has a good effective range. You know, if you're looking to see something 300 feet away, this is not the light. But for just every day to have a great, small, handy, brighter than expected light, I think this little Brookstone here is it. Not made by Brookstone, by the way. I think this is actually a Phoenix light. Let's go to the LED lenser. We're going to go straight into spot mode. And so that's going to be high in spot. And you see how bright that is. And I hope you can see that it's kind of like bluish. And now we're going to be able to see much better over there. And I'm going to bring it in close. You can see what this flood is all about. Alright, so I just did that with my hand. And then I could tighten it back up. And I could bring it back out. You know, so there's your flood. And then we'll tighten it up. Make it shoot it out there. So this one gives you a really concentrated spot. And, you know, it goes farther. Obviously, I could see a lot more than this camera's picking up. I'm shooting it now, probably about 200 to 250 feet away into some trees. And I could see them reasonably well. Like, if there was something in it, I could probably see it. But for the camera, it looks like that's about as far as I can go for you guys to pick it up. Or say, example, this tree out there that you see, that one out there, that's like 150 feet out there. But, again, the camera's not picking it up as bright as I see it. So, and I'll just show you this effect here again. Flood, spot. This is a great light. I mean, just for that functionality. It's kind of like two lights in one. And that's high, and if I click it, it'll go to low. And you can do the same thing in low. You know, this is just mechanical. Okay. Now let's look at this last one here. And again, look for any difference in color of light. This one starts in low, which I like. And the way you adjust it is, you hit this to turn it on, and then you hit the strobe to cycle up. So low, medium, high. And actually, yeah, that comes out really well. You can see this thing is a lot brighter. Claimed 500 lumens, and has a nice spot on it. You know, there's those trees there. Those are about 60, 70 feet away. You can see that big spill of it. Let's try to take it out to that tree we were looking at before. You know, you could just see a lot more. Again, I'm seeing a lot more with my eyes than you're seeing, but even with the camera, you can see this is doing a lot. It's a pretty bright light. And this is, you know, just like 15 feet in front of us. And then I'll just show you the strobe real quick. Always accessible from off. Just hit it.